Hey everyone, my name is Sydney Lai. Let's see if the session is starting. For those who are tuning in, if you are able to put in the chat that you are here, I'm super excited. My name is Sydney Lai, and I am introducing today a really awesome talk on leveraging AI-assisted development for greater efficiency. As a developer advocate and engineer at OutSystems, I love using an IDE that has AI-assisted development. So I'm so excited to introduce Magda and Nuno today to talk more about what they will be releasing. And during today's conversation, you're going to also see a live demo and an ability to also participate in the this new AI-powered feature. So what I will do later is also participate in the chats. If you have any questions, any Q&A, please be sure to chat. Also in the Q&A, we will have time allocated for that. And with that being said, Magda, Nuno, please take it on.
Thanks, Sydney. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm thrilled to be here at OSDC today to talk about leveraging AI-assisted development for greater efficiency. As Sydney said, my name is Nuno Carneiro, and I'm a part of the Artificial Intelligence, or AI group here at OutSystems, where I work on our strategy and product development. I'll be joined today by Magda Pereira, who is a product owner in our team as well. And we divided this presentation into two parts. First, I will talk about our vision and some of the things we like to think about when considering AI here at OutSystems. And for the second part, Magda will show an AI-powered feature, which we have been working on for a while, and which we will publicly show for the first time today. This will even include a live demo. So hang tight. I hope you're as excited as we are for this. 1 million. 1 million unfulfilled software development positions. This number sounds way too big, right? But as mentioned yesterday at the keynote of our CEO, Paulo Rosado, it's actually true. And companies have difficulty hiring enough developers for all their software development needs. And software is becoming more and more a crucial part of every organization and in their capacity to innovate. So this number speaks to the reason behind OutSystems' existence. We want to empower and give every organization the power to innovate through software. This means help organizations build, ship, maintain, and evolve software. And with faster changes in the business environment, the ability to drive changes in software fast has become a crucial key capability. And combining these fast changes in the business environment, let's say, with the difficulty in hiring, it's becoming increasingly difficult to innovate. And many organizations using traditional software development tools might find themselves incapable of changing and innovating. This is where OutSystems comes in. Our visual, model-driven development platform helps you create and evolve apps in drastically less time, ensuring your teams have room to focus on the features which will create the most differentiation for your business. Our obsession is creating the best software automation platform for serious, high-performing, secure applications with amazing customer experiences that leverage the latest technology. And our vision for AI is to make software development 100 times faster with zero training through pervasive AI-powered automation of technical tasks, fulfilling our product vision of serious productivity and serious apps. And by here, when we say we want to have zero training, we mean we don't want to train 1 million developers to achieve this vision, right? We want to have this intelligence tech lead that's embedded in our platform and which will guide you and help you when building apps. And we don't want to automate or replace developers at all. Quite on the contrary. We want to empower you and empower developers to build the most important and differentiating software by accelerating and removing all the tedious tasks that don't add value. We therefore see artificial intelligence at OutSystems acting on 3 pillars. To guide, we want to guide developers when they're stuck, help them with suggestions, which could work for both new and experienced developers. And we want to automate to find the tasks which are repetitive, to remove, compress those to take less time, because no one likes to do repetitive work, right? and we want to give the organizations the capability to get to faster delivery times. And lastly, validate. We see a role for AI in assisting developers to follow best practices on code, security, everything around architecture, refactoring, to be more performant. And so we want to reduce the tech debt and make apps that are built for the future. And if you think about it, all those three things, they're also sort of what a typical tech lead will do in a team, right? So they guide novices and help them follow best practices. They do some of the work for them. And they also validate by doing code reviews and checking the quality of the software. So that's why we have this analogy that we want to have an embedded tech lead, which is this artificial intelligence that lies within the OutSystems platform. And in order to do all of this, we are infusing this AI all across the OutSystems platform and across the whole DevOps lifecycle, from coding, building, testing, releasing, monitoring, evolving. We're bringing AI to all these different parts of the software development lifecycle because we know all of them together are what makes an organization capable of building fast or slow, right? We have to bring AI to all of that whole process. So we do research on deep learning, deep graph neural networks to bring the state of the art of AI technology to all these parts of the platform. Okay, so there are two areas in particular where AI is already very present at the OutSystems platform: AI-assisted development and AI-powered code analysis. I want to tell a little bit about both of those. We have been working to improve both of them, and I'll show you some examples now. Okay, so the first one is logic assistance, and it's one of our most important features regarding AI-assisted development. A logic assistant helps developers who are working on logic flows by suggesting the next best action and filling in properties. And just to have an idea of the dimension and how much this is used, every month there's 300,000 logic flows that are created from logic assistants, and almost half the users use it. So you can imagine we're all very proud of this, and these numbers are a big motivation for us to continue working on it. Another area is guided refactoring. For all those using architecture dashboard, you will find a pattern called duplicated code, which has been in general availability since May. And when I started in software development, I quickly learned the rule, dry, don't repeat yourself, right? But sometimes it's just impossible not to repeat certain code patterns or to avoid duplicated code with other people in our team, especially when you're a bigger team or a bigger factory. That's where guided refactoring comes in. Through some actually sophisticated AI algorithms, we scan your code base and flag instances where logic patterns are repeated. These are flagged on architecture dashboard as opportunities for refactoring that you can use to reduce your technical debt. So again, this is AI-powered code analysis helping validate code so that you build high-performance apps which are easy to evolve in the future. And of course, there's more AI, from smart guidance, which improved or increased the use of the help function in Service Studio by 50%, to architecture discovery, which completely removed a previously manual task of classifying modules into end user or core. There's a lot of things here that we have been embedding into the product to make sure OutSystems is a platform where you can build applications fast, right, and for the future. So now that we've been through these things, our vision, and some places where you find AI in the OutSystems platform, I'd like to tell a little bit about some important principles which we have been using when we think about AI. So when we think about 100x productivity, you might think that this is all about just having the cutting edge AI models, right? Doing all the research and getting the best and most performant models. That's true. It's a very important part. But if we really want to fundamentally change the way software development is done for the better, we have to take it as with a more holistic view. And that's why we need to do and adapt and improvements in the OutSystems language, user experience, and the AI models that I was talking about. So only when we combine improvements in these three areas and do it in a holistic way combined, do we really get the big performance and productivity improvements that we are hoping for, and which will fundamentally change the way you experience software development and the way you build apps. So in particular, for user experience, it's crucial to think from the perspective not only of the user, but also of the machine when you're building AI features like the ones we're working on. So I wanted to share with you this today because it's really important for us that we create these powerful feedback loops, powerful data engines that will help our models get better and better. It's something hard, but that's why we have to consider something that is called machine experience by some people. And this can look like making sure we have data structured in the right way, or we build the user interfaces in a way that facilitate facilitate feedback being given when you're developing apps for the machine learning models to improve. So if this machine experience is not properly set up, our algorithms won't evolve and they won't create more value for the developers. So if the algorithms don't evolve and don't create more value, then the users have a bad user experience and they won't be using the feature and giving us feedback. So what we want is a positive self-reinforcing cycle where we have a great user experience for developers, which in turn use the features, give feedback. Those feed the machine learning models to be improved, which in turn reinforces the user experience to be better and better. Okay, so now before I pass the torch to Magda, I would like to share a quote which we really like in the AI group. Simple things should be easy, complex things should be possible, by the reputed computer scientist Alan Kay. This is an important mantra for us. And we believe that to build a platform where all simple tasks or many of the simple tasks are automated or highly assisted, but which gives the developers the power to build complex applications which make the difference in their organizations. And we want to use AI to achieve this. So we want to use AI to help all of you getting these simple things out of the way and give you the power to build complex, innovative applications. And now I invite Magda to come on stage and tell you how we picked up inspiration from this to build one of our newest AI features.
Thank you, Nuno. With OutSystems, we try to make data manipulation easier by abstracting the complexity of SQL with aggregates. Aggregates allow the developer to fetch data with a visual language. However, looking at our community forums, we still have a lot of struggling when performing aggregates. We can see some of those examples here, like not being able to have variables in filters, doing joins, or even grouping columns. Last year, we sent our developers a survey. And of those people that answered, 30% said they need to learn database management before they could work with our platform. This is because handling data requires advanced technical expertise. And with OutSystems, we usually need to do this from scratch. This has a high cost of learning and a high cost of doing. Did you ever think about how much time you spend querying data? Let me tell you. You spend 8% of your development time doing aggregates or advanced SQL. This represents around 30 minutes of your workday. Maybe these numbers aren't a surprise for you, because in the developer survey, you said that aggregates and SQL queries are the operations you spend most of your time when working with OutSystems. What do you say about reducing the time we spend and decreasing the skills needed to work in the data manipulation area? Let's make data manipulation 10 times faster and accessible for everyone. Let's make it happen with our new AI-powered natural language understanding feature. This is our newest feature that is still being developed and that we wanted to announce to you. Here, you can see our new AI-powered natural language understanding in this video and can already have a sneak peek about what you can get with it. This feature allows you to write a sentence using your natural language. You can perform any query without previous SQL knowledge. This is powered by machine learning. And you can build from the simplest to the hardest aggregates. No, what do you say? Let's go to Service Studio and see this in action.
Yeah, sounds exciting. Let's do a risky live demo. See how it works.
Yeah, I know that this will fail. I don't know yet where, but let's see. So I have here Service Studio, and we have here a module with a database model already done. This is Northwind. Some of you developers should know it because usually we use it as an example to learn SQL. And this is a sales database. We have orders, we have products related with orders, we have customers related with orders too. So let's use our new feature and get some data from this database. So I have already here an empty action, and I will start by dragging and drop an aggregate to it. And when I open the aggregate, now I have this new area where I can write my natural language sentence to get my queries. So I will start by a simple example just to understand how this works. So I want to list all the orders sorted by the ship name. This seems very simple and very straightforward for everyone. So I will just write here, show the orders by ship name. And when I click on get data, my machine learning model will interpret what I told him and will provide me the aggregate already done. So as you can see here, we have the orders table in the sources. I can preview here the data. And if you notice, the ship name is ordered alphabetically. So that's because we added here the ship name in the sorting fields.
Well, that's quite cool, Magda. So is it possible to add, let's say, a filter maybe? Can we look at orders with a freight price higher than 40, for example?
Let's try
filter
it.
For those.
So you want to filter this column, right? With the freight higher than 40, is that it?
Exactly.
Okay, I will just change the end of the sentence. So show the orders with freight higher than 40.
Okay, wait, there's a typo there.
Let's get, oh, you are right. So let's see if this interpreted what I wanted, even with a typo. So I keep having the orders table here, and I have the filter. So my machine learning model, even with a typo, understood what I wanted and gave me the filter with the freight higher than 40. And as we can see here in the data from my data model, I have all the orders that have a freight higher than 40.
Well, that's cool. It gets easier to do live demos like this when you can even do typos and it corrects yours for you.
That's true.
Okay, let's take it a step further. So we're looking at the orders table, right? Can we look at the products table? So, for instance, products whose orders have a certain, maybe a certain characteristic, let's say also products whose orders have like a freight higher than 40.
Yeah, okay.
So I would probably have to do some joins. It sounds something a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, you are right. So what we can have here is, so we have the orders with the freight higher than 40, and we can look to the products from these orders. What do you think?
Yeah, let's try. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So for everyone understands that this can interpret several different types of words. Let's change a bit the beginning of the sentence, and I will here say what are the products with orders with a freight higher than 40. So let's get the data and see, as you said, if our machine learning model is able to understand, and it is able to understand that the orders are related with the products, and it did the joins automatically for us. So we have the orders related with the order details, that is a table that is integrated both, and the order details joining with the products. And let me refresh here. And the filter was kept here with the freight higher than 40. So in the data preview, you can see the order details, the orders, and the product names from these orders.
Yeah, I have to say I'm surprised that it not only was able to link two tables, but in this case, it understood there's another third table that links the two and did those joins. Yeah, well, okay, I was just thinking something else where that takes me a lot of time and is a little bit more difficult is doing counts. Can we count the number of products perhaps?
Yeah.
Let's say
hard.
Products with a unit price under 16.
Okay, let me try to do that. So I will just delete the sentence that I have here. And so we want to see the number of products that we have with that filter, right? So I will just say how many products do we have with a unit price? And you said under like lower than 16. So let's get the data. And so as you can see, now we have only the products table. We have the filter, which has the unit price lower than 16, and the data is fetching. So let's see if we are able, yeah. So here in the output, we have a count for the product ID, which tells us that we have 27 products with a unit price lower than 16.
Okay, so last one, a tougher one. I want to see this, but I know my products are divided into categories. Can I group this? I have the count of the cheap products by category. Group them by category.
Let me check it here. So yeah, we have the products and the category ID here. So I will put it like you said. So I will just add to the sentence a simple thing. So how many products do we have with a unit price lower than 16? And I will add the by category, as you just mentioned. So I'm expecting to see like a group, okay, a group by category, and how many products do I have by category? And it seems that it's what is happening. So I have the count of the number of products, and then I can see in the output a group by the category ID, and I can see, for instance, that for the category 1, I have 5 products.
Well, okay. This is great. I have to say, and I must admit, I was skeptical at first, but this answered all my questions and all the requirements I had for, if I was building an app and I had those requirements, seems like something very easy to do.
Yeah, and that's the goal. But you are talking about a very good point. So we have been collecting feedback from this feature, and some of you already tried it and have been helping us evolving it. And a very common thing that you just mentioned, and it might be happening for some of you that are here with us today, is to be skeptical when looking to natural language intent-driven interactions. This happens because in our day-to-day, we struggle with some functionalities like chatbots, and they don't help us much. Sometimes it seems that they are a bit like rule-based or something. And we receive a feedback about it. So there's one particular story that I would like to share with you. So before we even have a solution implemented, we sent to an OutSystems MVP a prototype showing the feature, and the immediate feedback that he gave us was, this is yet another syntax that someone has to learn, and just typing a query in natural language does not feel intuitive as a developer. So we just invited him to try out the feature, to open it in a module with his own database. And he started doing some queries like we just did in our demo. And after our session, I just received a message from this OutSystems MVP saying that, you know, when you get excited about something and you can't wait for it, it's been a while since I have that feeling with OutSystems, until today. Thank you for including me. Even though we are taking the first steps, and look, there is a lot of things to improve. The general feeling of the users that we have been sharing this feature is that it will help people with no database knowledge, and that this can save time for experienced developers when performing aggregates. And that's what we want to tackle. So we want to keep evolving this feature, and we want to share with you our vision for this feature. We want to enable you to perform queries closer to the end result. We want to reduce the skill set needed to manipulate data. We want to empower this natural language feature by great UX and suggestions all around. And we cannot forget Alan Kay. As he said, we want to make simple things easy and complex things possible. And following that journey, we believe that we will make aggregates much more easier to do, and especially for people with no technical backgrounds. And we want to make complex aggregates possible and accessible for everyone. For now, we want to invite you to join our early access program. I hope that you are excited as I am with this feature. You can just scan this QR code. We have limited seats available. Or we just shared in the chat the link that goes to this QR code. So join us, join this early access program, and help us evolving this feature. Thank you so much. And now it's time for our Q&A.
Okay, that was just incredibly exciting. I think that is the first time I've ever seen that. Is this proprietary? Is this one of the first forays into using natural language and translating it into a SQL logic?
So it's definitely a first here in OutSystems that you have this possibility of creating aggregates and doing data manipulation with just by writing a query, natural language, right? So it's the first time we show it in public. Mm-hmm. We still have the AEAP running, still improving. That's why we want the community to join in, give us feedback, and help us by using and providing feedback that we can use to improve the feature.
Yeah, that's really impressive. As a dev, I haven't seen that across many other projects, if at all. It's really great. I see that we have about 5 minutes in the chat. It says the session chat is open for another 5 minutes. I really encourage those who might have any questions. Thanks so much for engaging so far. Does anyone have any questions for someone who designs product as well as artificial intelligence to this level? Antonio, awesome. That's nuts. You guys did an incredible job. So we have a question here from Jonathan. He says, does the ML processor need any training?
Yes, it needs. We have gathering thousands of data to train the machine learning model that is enabled to understand the sentence that we write till transforming it to the aggregates.
Yeah, I can imagine there is a lot of training to do for that. So it looks like the session chat window is now closed. I guess, are there any other takeaway messages, Magda or Nuno, you'd like to share before we wrap up so that folks can get to the next session?
I'd just like to thank everyone for being here and for being a part of our community. All those who have been helping us build this feature. We couldn't have done it without the community and the people who have been giving us feedback and helping us. And we encourage everyone to join in on that by following this link or any other way. If you would just want to approach us and talk to us, we're always looking for ideas and feedback on our AI features.
Very well said. Thank you so much for sharing this. Seriously, the OutSystems AI team is so impressive. You guys have done an incredible job. Magda, Nuno, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your evening as well.
Thank you. Thanks, Sydney.
Take care.